So there are indeed green shoots of demand recovery that are quite visible in terms of actual consumption. That China, obviously the first country to reopen, has been reopening for far more longer time than the rest of the world, and reports are that the country's oil consumption, Chinese oil consumption, is almost back to pre-COVID-19 levels, so at 13 million barrels per day. I would think that's quite a remarkable rebound. The country has also been buying up cheap oil, presumably for storage, commercial, as well as the SPR. India, of course, remains in lockdown, though that's also easing until the end of this month. But I think, as I said earlier, the biggest chunk of demand revival and the optimism on that front is coming from US demand. Europe as well is continuing to reopen. I think one of the earlier fear factors for the market has also sort of dissipated from the scene, that there may be snapbacks of lockdowns. That hasn't happened so far. So it's looking good on the demand front.
Vandana, I'm just wondering, bearing all this in mind, can you give us a better idea of, where you think prices are headed the near to medium term, whether or not there's a cap based on all those fundamentals we just talked about?
So I do believe the market is past its inflection point. That point happened somewhere around the end of April. I do see the uptick in prices continuing. I hesitate to use the word rally. It seems like a rally right now because it's coming off multi-year and historic lows. But I think from here, it's probably going to be a more gentle slope upward. And we may see the occasional pullbacks, as in fact we've just seen this morning. Every time something rattles the world with regards to, is it the availability of the vaccine, or whether it is, more clusters popping up in countries as they reopen.